where a full congregation can't meet on Sunday morning. Your right to assemble? I gave a speech 6 weeks ago to the New Mexico Republican Party in Amarillo, Texas, because they had to go to Texas to get freedom to assemble. In their own state, they weren't allowed to meet. That should never happen in this great country. Your right to petition your government, so am I. That's why we got to keep fighting. Your right to petition your government, tonight, as we sit here and talk, you can't go to your capital to petition your member of Congress to redress your grievances because Nancy Pelosi won't let you in. And freedom of the press, you know, now you saw where, speaking of the press, you saw where Vice President Harris finally went to the border, right? That's because President Trump's going there next week, of course, that she had to go. But think about this. The president wouldn't go to the border. Vice president wouldn't go to the border until just this past week. When Secretary Mayorkas went to the border, he wouldn't let the press in the very facilities he was touring. Think about that. And you would think the folks back here would be all fired up about that. You're supposed to be. And then finally, freedom of speech. And I tell folks all the time, this is the most important right we enjoy as Americans. Can you really practice your faith? Do you really have freedom of religion if you can't speak? Can you really assemble and petition your government if you can't speak? This is so fundamental. If it wasn't so serious, it'd be humorous, but you remember a few months ago, Governor DeSantis put together a roundtable with some doctors talking about the virus and the issue there, and one of the doctors was Dr. Bhattacharya from Stanford. And of course, he put the roundtable, they filmed it and they put it on YouTube, and YouTube took it down. And I'm like, took it down? It's like a doctor. He's a doctor at Stanford, for goodness sake. I told one group, I said, Stanford, I said, it's not the Big Ten, but it's pretty good, right? I mean, come on. So the attacks on speech are the scariest of all. So again, thank you for being in the fight.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.